St. George's Cathedral in Cape Town is celebrating Palm Sunday today, ahead of the Easter weekend. For Christians, it's the day Jesus is believed to have entered Jerusalem. Now, the congregants began by walking down the street waving palms. The service has taken place, but due to Covid-19 lockdown regulations, there were fewer people in attendance. Our reporter Ayesha Ismail had been following the process. Let's get more details from her from our studio in Cape Town. A very good afternoon to you, Ayesha. So you followed the Palm Sunday service at the St. George's Cathedral this morning. What was it like?
So, Morena, as you pointed out, that Palm Sunday is the Sunday before the Easter weekend, and of course it is the beginning. It marks the beginning of Holy Week. This is a very significant time for Christians, and so of course it was expected that the churches are normally full at this time. Today we saw just under 100 people inside St. George's Cathedral, and I spoke to the Dean of the Cathedral, Michael Weeder, who said to me that they still uphold all the COVID-19 protocols while still making the church services very meaningful to people who come to the church. Now, people have to, book their places beforehand, and what they do is they do encourage people with comorbidities to stay at home because they do have an online service. And of course, today, what was interesting is that while people came into the church, and because it's Palm Sunday, the passages were decked with palms and people were carrying palms. What was notable was the fact that there was absolutely no singing in the church. But let's take a listen to what the Dean of the Cathedral had to say.
In Christianity, it is very significant because these days are the prelude to Good Friday, when the empire that is Roman, but also indicative of empires of power that came in consecutive centuries, crucified the Christ person. And then, of course, there's the joyous signal of the resurrection of Easter. And so what the church has ritualized these days and punctuating it with music, with liturgy, with the symbolism of foot washing that emphasizes the necessity of servanthood. And so all those we have to abandon. For example, in our church, in our denomination, we will not be doing the foot washing because we have to keep the service within an hour.
Ayesha, there's an expectation that the head of state will speak this week. So what's going to happen next week? Should he make an announcement that impacts the churches?
So Michael Weeder says that next week they will have a special Easter service. They will cater for those who would want to come to church on Saturday, which they call Easter Eve. So there will be a service the night before, and then of course there will be two services on Sunday, one that will start at 6 o'clock in the morning. And he's saying this is in order to stagger and to reduce the number of people who are wanting to come to church on Easter Sunday, because of course, as I said, it is a very significant time, and it's probably the holiest day on the Christian calendar. But let's take a listen to what Michael Weeder had to say about this day.
Today we had 99 people, so we're within the 100. If our president should reduce it to 50, then we will be that, So in anticipation for a change in terms of the allotted congregation size, we will have, with the Archbishop preaching and presiding at the Easter Eve, that we'll have that at 7 o'clock, so to remain within the curfew. Then we have an innovation at the cathedral this year, is that we have a dawn vigil at 6 o'clock outside in the courtyard, just to lighten our spirits and just also be in that other cathedral, which is that of nature and of creation. And then we have the festival Eucharist at 10 o'clock. And normally that will be an orchestral mass, full-on musicians and choir, trumpet, fanfare. And now it is just like, go kneel very grace, very, very solemn. But people will come out in their number, within the number that it's allotted.